just thinking over the weekend, Warren Buffett made those comments. He's the Oracle of Omaha. He told shareholders at the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting that he wouldn't buy all the Bitcoin in the world for $25 because it isn't doing anything. But not all Buffetts are alike, we found out. His granddaughter, Nicole Buffett, is an avid NFT artist in the space, and as luck would have it, she joined us now. Welcome, Nicole, to the show.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So yeah, we were talking about your grandfather's comments and his outlook on Bitcoin early in the week, and it just caught everyone by surprise. I wonder what was your reaction when you heard his comments on Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, it's not a surprise. It's really, this has been kind of a position he's taken for many years, decades, really, on technology. In general, he's pretty old fashioned. He likes to keep it simple. And it's funny, actually, I just received my first email ever in my whole life from him about a month ago, saying how happy he was that I was doing so well. So as much as he may not be into Bitcoin and crypto, I think he's very happy that other people like myself and so many other artists are.
Wow, that's really wonderful. Do you ever talk to him about NFTs and maybe, get in his ear? Maybe he'll warm up to them eventually, the whole crypto space?
See. Yeah, I haven't really actually yet, but that's coming. There's going to be a perspective show in Omaha, an amazing innovative art space that I'm planning in the late fall. So definitely NFTs are coming to Omaha.
Nicole, how would you explain an NFT to your grandfather? If he thinks Bitcoin is useless, I don't know what he would think the use of NFTs are, but if you had to sit down to him and explain the value proposition of an NFT, what would you say?
Well, I think that this is really kind of a conversation about the evolution of money and currency and the role that art plays in that this new economy. That's my experience of it, and that's the conversation I would like to have with him. Is that the conversation about what is an NFT is really expanding our view of currency, money, our relationship to what we value, the impact of just the concept alone, and that kind of collective agreement of what value is and what makes something valuable. So the blockchain technology, I think it's just incredible because it's really it's a technology of honesty and transparency, integrity. And thank you for showing. These are my spirit coins. This is my Genesis collection, and I'm calling these the currency of compassion. And I've really just from the very beginning was so struck by the ability that this space, the NFT space, crypto space, in the community has to create impact in our world with this new economy. So that's what I'd like to talk about with him. I'd like to talk about just how he feels about expanding the whole idea of finance and economy in and of itself.
So why NFTs? I mean, I understand, you just explained that, but as an artist, why, what got you into the NFTs in the first place? And why are you doing it in that medium as opposed to others? I mean, are there other medium that you would necessarily maybe work better with if you felt like, what made you gravitate towards it?
So I'm a painter, and so all of my NFT work starts in the physical medium, as from the source it actually is created from, which is in the physical world. I work with paint on paper. I work with a wide range of mediums. So with my work, I always like attaching a physical piece to really pay homage to the full scope of the value of what it actually is, where it comes from, kind of tracing it back to the origin outside of the digital realm. But why an NFT and what got me into the NFT was really, this was like a gateway of connection and an ability to share my work really right in the beginning of the pandemic. And what's happened for me in this space is that, translating my work into the digital sphere has allowed me to open up it's opened it up in new dimensions on so many different levels. First of all, looking at the work on a screen, you're basically looking at work through a light box. So you're illuminating the image. You can move the image, you can layer the image, you can add music to the image, you can collaborate with other artists with the image. It's becoming like wildly dynamic through the form of the digital, which prior to the NFT, didn't exist. So it's just been like incredible and exciting. Yeah.
I just want to go back to your earlier point. So I think the kind of defense you gave of NFTs would definitely resonate in the crypto community. But going back to the sort of, Warren Buffett's of the world, his whole thing is like, these don't produce anything. Their value is basically defined by the amount that people are willing to pay for it. Like, how do you convince him that that's not true? I mean, if that's even possible, like, how do you convince him that, NFTs or crypto in general have some sort of value that isn't just this big speculative bubble?
I think the value is that it's more people are getting involved in the relationship to what value actually is. It's what's happening is that there's a more inclusionary, the scope of the lens is widening. And, I just think that it's kind of like the drops in the ocean, when enough drops come together, it creates a much wider, a massive body of water that you can't deny has value. I mean, how you channel that and how it's a mutable thing. And there's been kind of a monopoly on that whole concept and that idea. And that's been to the benefit of a very small, few group of the 1% or people in finance. And I think that, again, value is a concept that we decide and we create collectively. The artists and, what I love about crypto and the NFT space is it's a dynamic place where financial, experts, technologists, and artists are getting together to create a bigger entity that because of this kind of coming together of those three elements, it's a whole new structure of value.
So how did the process start for you in terms of like first getting into NFTs? Like who were you talking to? Who got you into it? How did you first start? That kind of stuff.
So how I started was my boyfriend at the time, Justin Aversano, and G Money were on a Clubhouse, and they were talking about NFTs. It just started kind of coming out. In the new year, I had actually purchased some crypto, some Ethereum, some Bitcoin. About 5 years prior, I was actually at the talk show Ricki Lane's house, and she was talking about crypto to me. So that had been planted in my ear. Unfortunately, I didn't buy any at that point.
Wait. You got to stop right there. You're saying Ricki Lane is into crypto. Is that what you're telling us? Ricki Lane is into crypto. Someone book her.
I hope that's okay with her that I said it. But yeah, she was actually the first person who I heard about crypto from.
Interesting.
So,
Ricki Lane, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been a while. It's been coming around, but really the pandemic and Clubhouse is what brought me into it.
You also said something really interesting, and I'm just really happy for you, because you said that it was the first that your grandfather had written you a letter a month ago, and it's the first time you'd heard from him for years. And I remember you appearing in a documentary about the 1% on Oprah, and he was really upset about that. So now he's seeing your success with NFTs. Does he now see, I guess, the value, and I guess now, there's that reconciliation?
Yeah, there's definitely reconciliation. I think that for with my family and my grandfather, I come from a whole family of artists. My father's a composer. My grandma was a singer, amazing activists, artists, and thinkers. And I think the thing that excites my grandfather the most, I would say, I'll speak on his behalf in regards to NFTs, is that it's really giving artists a chance to share their work, make a living on their work, express themselves. And I think that's what, I think if there's anything that's going to open him up to the world of NFTs and crypto, it's that.
Wow, that's really fascinating.
I mean, enough about your grandfather. I'm all about this Ricki Lake thing. I'm not getting off of it one bit because I don't know how you met Ricki Lake. I don't know how that all happened.
All right.
I'm totally fascinated by that. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time, but you were talking about Clubhouse and things like that. So what were you listening to? Who were you listening to? And besides Ricki Lake, which is just absolutely like the most remarkable thing I've heard in this whole thing, by the way. I'm really into Ricki Lake. She's a really good actress.
She's awesome. She's really awesome. So it was just, it was just such an odd time for all of us. We were disconnected and from each other. No one knew when we were really going to get together. And I think it was just such fertile ground for this new kind of wild concept of even just crypto and NFTs to really take hold, because it was just at that point I felt like, hey, I'm willing to do anything to share my work and connect with people, and that's just what it did. So that's when I heard about NFTs and when it was shared with me through mutual friends of mine. It was really it was just really about, this seems like an interesting opportunity to get my work out there. And oh my goodness, do I have to get on Twitter? Like, oh no. I thought, oh no, I have to get on Twitter.
Horrible place.
Okay, I'm good. And now Twitter is like, what Instagram was when Instagram first came out for me again. So I was never, I was a little slow to Twitter, but
awesome.
Yeah. So,
well,
yeah.
Lawrence may love the Ricki Lake connection, but I find it fascinating that, your grandfather hates Bitcoin, but he, through his family is going to potentially see the value of crypto through NFTs. So that to me is very fascinating.
Her grandfather wasn't in Hairspray. Never did a John Waters film. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep you posted. You should, let's see, after the fall, I should come back on and we can talk about the Omaha show.